was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break my glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, but there's logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah.
Turn on your mind now, tune into the feed. We're planting digital flowers from a single tiny seed. Yeah, power to the collective in the data and the soul. The hive mind's getting louder, finding voice and control.
When we get to the FBI, we don't know who did the work. You heard that any of that information is redacted. We don't know who did the work. It's a giant secret. We know that by the time the FBI gets involved, the profile, the text file, that's a snip to use to try to identify somebody is more than twice as big when it gets to the FBI from Othram. We don't know how.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town.
What is going on, Hive? I hope everybody's having a great Friday Eve. Make sure my audio is coming in. Oh, yeah. We are loud and clear. I'm excited for this stream. You guys know I love to wear my tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. Or that didn't sound right. You guys know I love conspiracy theories and wearing my tinfoil hat. They hit a little bit different when you got receipts and you have giant agencies, some 3-letter, some black budget corporations, I guess you would call it, when those types of people are behind it. And we are going to be getting into that tonight. And as you can see, the Idaho 4 does match decades of covert informant tactics. Whether or not it actually is, I don't know. I'll let you all decide. And once you see the pattern, you cannot unsee it. I can promise you that. It's just like anything else. It's kind of like if you ever like went to one of your favorite restaurants and then ended up like working there, and then you meet the cooks or like you meet the people that work there, then you go back and you eat there, it just doesn't hit the same. It's kind of it's like you see how the magic happens, see how the sausage is made, rather. That's what I feel like when it comes to being red pilled. Like once you see it, you cannot unsee it. You can't watch movies without seeing symbolism. You can't watch the news without them narrative planting and you having to point it out to your significant other where they get annoyed and ask you, can you just not watch a movie and enjoy it? And it's like, no, I can't. I have to call it out. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say what's up to everybody tuning in. I see Phoenix is here. Are we bringing Sammy is backstage. Phoenix, do you want to come up tonight? Or Sammy, did you want to get through that? Just give me a thumbs up or yeah. Okay. All right. I can't hear you, but I got the thumbs up. So Phoenix, I just wanted to make sure because I know Sammy. No, Sammy, it's because you're backstage. And everybody that is wondering why you can't see Sammy, she's backstage, and I apologize for that. I'm not talking to nobody. Let me go ahead and send this link to Phoenix Talk so that she can get up here as well. I wanted to make sure that Sammy has the time to get into what she wants to talk about this evening because it's going to blow your guys' minds. All right, Phoenix just sent it. Okay. Let's see who's all in here. Terry Weed is tuning in from upstate New York. Good to see you. Caleb says they are purple pilled. Crime Spy says what's up to Sammy T Mafia. What's going on, Carrie J? Kristen, Michelle, Chantilly Lace with the wrestling bitch face. Yeah, you work backstage at concerts that can't sit at a concert. Exactly. What's going on, Eileen? Dina's tuning in from the RV. Cindy, Amina, good to see you. Les says they just ordered their tinfoil hat. I love it. I'm still working on the pink ones. Brooke, I agree. That's how I am as well. Discord Dawn is starting to stick, Dawn. I love it. We got Karen tuning in from the UK. UK cheese farmers side piece. As I've stated in streams in the past, this is probably my favorite username. I don't know what it means. I want to know what it means. I want to know why you chose it, and it's epic. I love it. What's up, Ample Spark? 5 Green Acres. What's going on? My fellow cheesehead. The UFO dog says, so I creep, from Berdino's basement. That's funny. Kathy, Michaela's in Louisiana. Fiona's tuning in from Scotland. Mary Lou is in Illinois. What's going on, Janet? Miriam, good to see you. War Eagle, Rebecca. What's up? Help me, Rhonda. Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. Pop did see the little tribute where I put the beanie and the shades on. That's funny. Brooks in Chattanooga. Mel Merckx in Louisiana. Discord Dawn, change the username. Hell yeah. I love it. What's going on, Core? Tuning in from North Carolina. Pennsylvania. Lori's in Naples. 509 Sandra and Tooney. Cry me a river says, hey, y'all, or hide y'all. I wonder if they meant, hey, y'all. What's going on? Robin Hood Country, UK. That's cool. Florida Keys, Phoenix, Arizona, New Hampshire. What's going on, Daphne? Tennessee. And yes, I did, Gabby. Or I saw that there was a notification. I've not gotten back to you yet. New Zealand's in the Hive. I see that Phoenix is backstage now. So let's finish with like a crazy spot. Like, where's the craziest person? Or not the craziest person. Rather, where's the craziest place that somebody's tuning in from this evening? ATL Drew, no Bama, no Tennessee. Proud to be Gator hater. What up, Birdie? Go Dogs. I feel like the Dogs are probably my second team. I love their stadium between the hedges. Texas, we're grabbing 80 on the highway. Well, that's pretty good. The Ozark Bunker. Love that show. You grew up next door to the Iceman. Holy hell. Really? That is crazy. Well, it's good to see everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. If this is your first time joining the stream, welcome to the Hive. This is a contrarian thinking live stream where we are not afraid to think beyond the headlines. And if you're somebody that gets easily rattled or offended for critically thinking past those headlines, this is probably not the stream for you. However, if you like to question everything, wear a tinfoil hat, and not ignore the footnotes and dive deeper into stuff, you have found your people, and I am happy that you are here. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring up Sammy T.
Hi, I don't know how to get this so off my face. I did something wrong here.
Well, I don't even see you.
Oh, that's lovely.
We can hear you, though.
You can't see me.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
All right, hold on. Let me see. What did I do wrong?
Painted Dessert. Sorry. Painted Dessert says they're a newbie. Well, welcome to the Hive.
Hi, Painted Dessert. No, you still can't see me. Is it something on? I'm here. I see you and me.
Can you guys see Sammy? Because I don't see her on my phone either. Sammy, the ghost host. That's exactly right.
Hi, guys.
Sammy, if you gotta pop out, why don't you leave and then come back?
Well,
fully?
it's okay. I mean, if you can't see me, it's not. What's the difference? I'm still here.
Well, I think you should try it because I'm gonna bring Phoenix up, and I just want to have the.
I don't know, but I don't know what I did wrong here. Like, what I had the camera. Did you see me before? How about now?
No.
Why? All right, I'll pop it and pop back out.
Okay. All right. What's going on, Phoenix?
Hey, can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Okay, good. Well, necessarily don't have to see me, but I heard Sammy, but I couldn't see her.
Well, yeah, and like there wasn't even like a username or a profile picture that popped up, but nonetheless, I feel like, you know, it's fine if it's just the voice, but from a viewing experience, the screen layouts that I have set up, it just works better. And
oh yeah,
it just helps balance it out. So, anyways, Phoenix, Sammy has some really exciting stuff to talk about. She sent me some articles that she downloaded. As you can see, the thumbnail that I have up there where the Idaho 4 matches decades of covert informant tactics. That's something that we've been calling out here in the Hive for a long, long time. I think we referred to it as parallel investigations.
Yeah.
However, in those investigations, there's always going to be some sort of informant. We've had Scott Payne on stream that explains it, or that has explained it from his firsthand experience in the FBI when he was undercover in the Outlaws, as well as other, white nationalist gangs, I believe, was what he would always go into. All right.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Sammy.
Kat, forgot to say hello.
Hi, can we see me now?
Yes. All right.
Yes.
Thank you for the patience, Hive, for us working through technical difficulties. You'd think that us three would have it down by now after how many lives we've done, but obviously sometimes technology does not.
We're lucky my
work with
computer
us.
survives every week and I don't like go full Tony Soprano. Like, I'm not kidding.
It's good to see you,
I
Sammy.
used to like the way he would rip things off the hinges or just chuck them. I'm like, that is so me. And that's a problem. Like, I don't do that in front of my kid, but I do tend to like say, fuck it, and just rip, blah, blah, fuck it, break it, don't care.
Have you ever seen what was that UFC show back in the day where it was like the UFC fighters coming up? Have you ever seen that clip of Rampage Jackson like literally ripping a
Yes.
door with his bare hands? That's I can picture that.
I could see Sammy crash out like that. It's good to see you, Sammy.
It's so good to see you too. Well, your avatar. It's good to see your avatar, Phoenix.
Yes. Well, all right, ladies. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple of announcements, do a couple of Hive Mind finds, and then Sammy, the floor will be yours. I'm excited to hear what you got for us tonight.
Okie dokie.
As a reminder, everybody, I have a Substack and a Discord. We also have a website, birdieBombshell.com. All of these are free to join. So I keep every stream free, including those on YouTube. The way that you can support the stream is by clicking subscribe and joining our Discord or subscribing on the Substack. That's kind of the place for the 24/7 off stream, or I call it the 24/7 off stream headquarters for the Hive. A lot of good things going on in the Discord. I just put out another Substack article. I do 2 a week, one on Monday and one on Thursday. And so if you haven't seen that, go check them out. This Saturday, I'm so excited for this stream with George Webb. He's one of the OG investigative journalists. He's been going deep on Palantir. And I thought that Sammy's topic was going to be a really good segue into that. Yep, it's going to be great. I think you guys are going to be mind blown how much correlates to a bigger picture with the Idaho 4. It can't just be small town corruption, in my genuine, honest opinion. I believe that there's a factor of that. There's for sure aspects of that. But I'm excited to dive into that with George. That's this Saturday at 10 a.m. Central. So make sure you tune into that.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's really been awesome. He's been giving the Hive a bunch of love on his streams. So appreciate that, George. Okay, question of the day. And all three of us can answer this. This comes from Carrie J. And if you do have a question that you'd like to submit, make sure you join the Discord. That's where I pull these from. Carrie J asks, do you think someone who was involved will ever come forward and tell the truth because they have a guilty conscience? No, I don't. I truly believe that whether or not somebody wanted to come forward, I don't think they'd be allowed to. I think that everybody that's tried to spill little bits of truth that was firsthand or even, a second removed, I believe that, there's some sort of not an NDA. There's something that's not allowing people to talk. There's no way. This is effed up to say, but I feel like there's too much money out there for people that are close to this crime at this point, with how many documentaries and books have been written, that somebody would talk. And I just find it very, very sus that nobody has, which is where I go to my answer of no. I don't think that somebody's going to come forward. What do you ladies think?
Phoenix, you go first.
Okay, so yes and no, because there have been tips that people have called in. I think there's about 3 of them. People know the truth. I think they're just scared of the truth because this is much bigger than just some corrupt police department.
I think that there have been attempts. I think it goes beyond corruption and money. It's muscle too. So there's aspects to this. They have a lawless muscle arm that's going to scare people into silence. They have a government arm that's going to intimidate people into silence. And they have a media that doesn't want to listen or doesn't care. They're not going to go follow the story. They're not gumshoe journalists that are like, hey, I got this really weird call today about the Idaho 4. Should I go investigate? No, they're not leaving their cushy little studios to do shit. So
well said. I don't know how the mainstream media could ever retract their narrative.
Right.
I mean, that's like written in stone, cemented in place.
Well,
I'm going to say not even from a...
Look at what they're doing with Russiagate, 9/11. Oklahoma City Bio, it's the same thing. Once they go so far, once you're documentary after documentary after special, interview after interview, night and day, beating one singular note, you think they're just going to up and give it up when new information comes along? Hell no. Hell no.
No.
Retractions galore, loss of money, loss of income, loss of integrity, credibility. I mean, you see these creators that were so hardcore during this case for the last 2.5 years have now just fell off the face of the earth and are silent.
I don't know how it's either. And okay, let me try to say this without being like a complete asshole, but it's like people that don't have like the internal fortitude to admit that they're wrong, they'll always choose silence. And they don't realize that admitting that you're wrong, retracting your story, coming out and saying that you were looking at this case with blinders on it, not even just this case, anything. You kept the blinders on, you decided to go silent instead of join into the truth. And that is where I'm saying by going along with something, you're not just sticking your head in the sand and saying after the fact, why didn't someone say this? No, it's like it's complicit, especially if you know, and then you had a giant voice in this case, and now you see something's wrong. To not correct that is complicit, in my genuine, honest opinion.
I agree with you. The only person I kind of see do a little bit of needling is Megyn Kelly.
Yeah, I've seen a few where she's kind of starting to be like,
she's
what
a
the
little
hell?
more, I wouldn't say like she's nothing like us, but she's more like, why wouldn't they ask where the weapons were? Why wouldn't they ask for more? Like,
Yeah,
what
she's starting to question
she's
it.
an attorney, so she was a prosecutor, so she understands how these deals are made. So she's looking at this and thinking, this is bizarre.
Yeah, she's asking the right questions that you and I would ask, right? The logical questions that we're not feeding off of that mainstream narrative that we've been sold for years. And now that the police reports have come out and more people are stepping forward, it's like, wait a minute. Now they're questioning the narrative.
Because what was everybody's, now this is the best part, Phoenix, it's what it was everybody's thing in clapback is you don't know what's in those documents. You have no idea what you're talking about. Just wait till the evidence comes out. They're going to show us everything they got on him. They have less than nothing that we even thought before. Less than nothing.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yes, it's absolutely wild. If you guys don't have anything going on tomorrow night, I'm not trying to bullshit anybody, but really, I'm not trying to hype it up. We've been messing around with that 911 call.
Mm-hmm.
I found the most unbelievable mixture of filters that I hear when it goes muted. Remember how they say, what's your address? And then it goes quiet. Okay. This filter's so good. You hear somebody say mute it and then it goes quiet.
What?
Okay. Yes.
I knew something was
wrong. Like someone is directing, and I said, yes, someone is directing them in the background. But not only that, it sounds like someone is on the phone recording the 911 call on their phone while talking to someone else in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like a second layer phone call. Like if I put it on speaker and record it, you can pick up everyone else talking, even third party conversations. So there could be like 12 people talking and you're picking up multiple conversations.
Yes. And right when the 911 call answers, remember how we've all heard the no, Steve, no, shit. Right? We've all heard that. Okay. When the 911 call clicks after like the intro where it's like recording at or whatever it says, right? You hear that same voice of the shit. You hear, where are the kids? Okay. I have an entire note thing here of all of them that go in order. And I mean, you hear.
Did you get, we need to put her in the bed? Did you get that part?
There are things that we thought were being said.
Oh, this will be so fun tomorrow. I can't wait to listen to this.
Things like we got Kaylee covered up. Where did it happen? Between that room and the hall. Has she called anyone? Mute it. Shh. dude. And then I'm keeping like 5 of them that are literally like bombshell where it.
Yeah, don't give it all away.
Yeah, I'm not giving it all away.
Yeah.
But
Okay, cool. I'll tune in
it's crazy.
tomorrow. I'll definitely be there.
Yes. Moving on to the Hive Mind finds. This is from one of the comments that I got on my YouTube video. I had read that article about Idaho killer Brian Koberger already being tormented in prison by inmates. It's driving him crazy. And we kind of called it out. They're setting that narrative or planting the seed of Koberger's going to be killed in prison or he's going to commit suicide, disappear forever.
Yeah.
Right. So this person had commented and said, I like how they spell Birdie with an E, but they go, Birdie, listen to me. From firsthand experience, I did 9 years, 11 months, and 21 days in the Kentucky Department of Corrections. He would not have a target on his back for the crimes at all. The only reason that he may even be isolated or potentially victimized is a gang may think he has some money, so they may try to extort him. But depending on prison politics and how Idaho works, because I'm not familiar with that state, if he gets up under somebody's protection, which means he associates and or claims they're set, so if he's running with the Woods or the White Boys or the Ace Deuce, then he won't be touched by anybody. But if he's in 23-hour lockdown, it's not going to matter. But no, he will not be. I guess targeted for the crimes, the blacks may try to extort him for some money, but that's only if the whites would allow it. And if the whites allow it, that means he shunned them and shunned affiliating. Again,
Well,
I don't understand prison rules, but I do know like the segregation in there is very like prominent. And he even said if he's on a 23-hour lockdown, it doesn't matter. Anyways.
Okay, so he's on 23-hour lockdown. We know that, right? And how could he even communicate with anyone else? I think there's 131 cells on J block. So he's next to somebody, even though he's locked up 23 hours. And so I had such a hard time loading money onto JPay to send a message and send a postcard. And a couple of other people and I sent money for the commissary. And I was so frustrated one night, and it had to have been like 1 a.m. I couldn't sleep. So I call the jail. And I get this guy on the phone. Listen, I get this guy on the phone and he tells me, because I'm telling him, look, we're just trying to make sure that he gets some type of, we're not looking to marry this guy or anything like. The guy started laughing, and I won't give out his name, but he just thought, there's this crazy woman calling, right? And I'm like, look, you guys know he's innocent, right? And he says, yeah. And I'm like, it was so uncomfortable. So there is a woman on TikTok. She is a former prison supervisor for that specific prison. And she even says, I know he's innocent, made a video. It's gone viral. She does some follow-up videos saying what it's like in there, and that, all you have to do is put 2 socks together, put it over your ears like mufflers. You don't have to listen to anyone else. So she commented on him being tormented, right? Which is wild.
Well, has anybody really that's a jail official put something out? Because when you read these headlines, it's a former minister. It's somebody who's associated with somebody else. They're not like a current guard.
Right.
They're not a current, warden. They don't work there. It's all people that are just saying it. It's the phantom witness that's in every headline and every story. So,
well, it's so weird because I tried to call during the day. No one answers that phone at all. But after like a certain time, they'll pick up the phone, no problem, because there's no operator. It's wild. Try it.
That is so fascinating.
I'll take your word for that one, Phoenix. I've trusted.
Like when I called Ann Taylor's office, I said, hey, are you guys going to file his appeal? Is there anyone that you can recommend? We have a group of people that want to help. Maybe a lawyer can put a trust together. And Ann Taylor's office says, no, we can't help with that. And we don't have a referral. And I was just like in shock. I was like, okay, he's innocent, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, because I believe at some point they became part of this blob.
Yeah.
But speaking from personal experience from dating losers who were in prison, went to prison, but dated, went to prison, got out of prison. I was terrible when I was young. I picked really bad people, but Phoenix, you are right that it's hard though. Like it's confusing. Like you just think you can like send things like Amazon kind of almost, but it's
Right.
nothing like that. And you have to have all this information. It takes forever to load. You can only send a certain amount of things. It's a pain in the ass. So
Well, you're
from
right.
experience a long time ago, long time ago.
Well, it's even harder now because they discourage sending any food, gifts, whatever. But let me say this real quick because I know Birdie's like jumping at the bit.
No, you're good.
Listen, it's crazy, but there is a TikTok account that has date Idaho inmates. Okay. So I said, how do I get a message to some of these inmates that can get a message to Brian? Right. So I'm on this TikTok and it's all over dating inmate. I go and I look up the inmate on the website, validate they're real people. I get their number and I message them. And I'm like, I'm spreading the word to anyone who'll listen that Brian is innocent.
This
Phoenix,
comment
you
is
are
hilarious.
so much, and I am so loving it. Like every second of this. When we're done with this podcast, I'm going to message you. I am obsessed. This is some tea, Phoenix. This is some tea. Like, where's Wendy Williams? I need her right now to be like on her purple chair.
Oh my God. You guys are crazy. You guys are
All
crazy.
right.
Well, it's that is very interesting, Phoenix, and best of luck with that. It's interesting. I mean, if people pick up and they tell you that is wild.
But
so
Phoenix, I swear to God, if you wind up in a couple months, not on this live, because you're down at some Idaho jailhouse getting hitched with some rando that you started messaging and fall in love, I'm going to be so mad at you.
No,
This
girl,
is your
I'm
warning. Don't get
happily
swept
married.
off your feet by these convicts. They're smooth. And trust me, I like a smooth talker too.
Smooth criminals. No, I'm
Oh, they're
happily
the
married.
best.
I'm not going anywhere.
You know, they're you obviously the
Yeah.
craziest people are always the best in bed. Let's just be honest.
Well, you know what's wild is, for anybody in the chat that's interested, go look at these profiles. Some of these guys are in there for stupid shit. I mean, it's not murder or anything like that, but some of these guys, they're tatted, they look great, and you're like, what did they do? And you go look
That's
up
it,
what they
Phoenix.
did.
I'm worried. You're worrying me.
you're in too deep, Phoenix. You're in too deep.
I'm undercover.
I wouldn't doubt that.
I'm gonna have
That
to
would be
put a
hilarious.
parental control on your on your phone. No more prison DMing or whatever the hell this is.
Hey, I'm just fact checking. That's it.
Yeah. So was
Yeah.
I.
Oh, that's funny.
Checking out the facts.
True Crime Design had this post that I saw. It was 5 days ago, but I didn't see it until today. And if you look at this picture, you'd barely notice it. But
Yeah.
Murphy is hiding under Kaylee's desk. This scene is incredibly difficult to look at after all this time. MPD apparently released about 200 crime scene photos to various media outlets who chose to publish only a portion of them due to the obvious graphic nature of the content. In those images that were released, I noticed a few red flags already. Once again, confirming our conclusion that the crime scene betrays the chosen narrative. And I don't know if they did post anymore. That just came up on my feed, but that's kind of
I
crazy.
did a video. It was so sad. When I read the documents and they released the photo, I made a video and I was just like, man, I couldn't imagine my owner not waking up, not coming to get me.
Maybe we should go then, right? Since this is about the dog, go into those slides I sent you just to remind everybody about the coyote thing that happened the year prior.
Yeah, I
sent
don't
you
know if
those-
that's the next one. I was going to go through the rest of the Hive Mind finds if I have some.
Oh
but
yeah, I
haven't-
didn't know because I just saw a dog and
Yeah.
it made me think coyote. I'm grabbing my computer cord. I'll be right back. So you guys keep going.
Okay. Oh, it is the next slide. So,
Oh,
yeah, I got a viewer discretion advised. But Sammy had sent an article about 7 dead coyotes left on student property in Moscow, Idaho, in 2 separate incidents, 3 sororities and 1 fraternity targeted. 2 separate incidents in 2017. They were left on the properties of sororities and frats in Moscow.
well, that's why I said the other day, there was 2 animals. There was a rabbit and then Buddy the dog. And that's why I called it the other day, the Moscow slasher, right? Because we don't know if there's something going on in that area with all of these other reports of sororities being broken into, women waking up and kicking assailants in the stomach. And, it's like, what is going on in Moscow?
Right. Right. I agree. And there she is. She's coming back right now.
So this happened in 2017.
Yeah, the article was written in 2022, but Sammy,
Wow.
all right, I got your pictures, I got the articles, and I got the PDFs ready to go. So the floor is yours. Oh, you can't hear me. I said, Sammy, I got the article, the pictures, and your PDFs all loaded. So the floor is yours.
Well, this is crazy because it took place like before the Idaho murders. And of course, this went unsolved, by the way, just like everything else in this fucking town that nothing ever seems to happen, but actually a lot of shit happens. Isn't that crazy too, by the way, like the narrative of this small, sleepy town? Oh, by the way, a kid drowned the year prior who happened to be in the same fraternity. Whoops. Oh, a bunch of coyotes were left. Like, look at these gory pictures. And I think this is why I picked this too, is because a lot of people didn't see the images. So they heard about the story on Reddit, they heard about the story on TikTok, but I think people's TikToks were getting flagged at the time for this imagery. So nobody really saw this. Okay, so it says in 2 separate incidents in 2017, dead coyotes were left on the properties of sororities and fraternities in Moscow. The animals had been shot and their bodies placed on their properties. The first incident took place in January 20th of 2017. A suspect was identified, and then this person said it was a joke. So nothing happened. The first one. And then the second one happened, as previously reported. Moscow Captain Tyson Barrett said, we don't have enough information to who actually committed it. So we don't know if it's a continuation of the same prank or somebody else doing this. So wouldn't you think that if the same thing happens at a second incident, you would go to the person who said it was a joke? But nothing happened with that. They said the Pi Beta Phis, where it was left on their doorstep. So a sorority fraternity thing. I mean, what kind of sororities and fraternities are leaving bloodied coyotes, mutilated coyotes? The one with the paw print, I think I sent you, is even more disgusting. When
is that like something like marking their territory, or what's the, oh, there goes Birdie. Good job.
Well, it's just like, I don't know how you can say there's no evidence of ritual or tradition. It says their broader context is hazing or pranks.
So in one, they like literally tore off, it looks like the paw prints or something.
Oh.
They look like big claws, and they left them on a pillow on their porch. And then they said there was blood smeared on the doorstep, smeared on the window. And it looked like they tore off part of it, like the animal fur, like skinned it and dropped like the skins all over the place. I mean, this was like brutal on a college sorority house.
I wonder if someone's doing this that has or knows somebody in the background that does surgery, perhaps, or some type of, obviously hunting.
Hunting, I'd say.
I can see the prank or the hazing thing, but not as frequently as this seems to have happened. Again, leading right up to a quadruple murder. But I feel like I have seen where, like, if you're in like a big college football town, like maybe opposing students come and do something like that, and I don't know. I could see that. I feel like I've heard stories of that, but
I could see, like, I mean, there's the whole carry element, right?
That's
like
just
pour the blood, something. But like, I feel like things were less gory. Like pranks are usually not so disgustingly gory and graphic and murderous. They're usually already dead. Like, it's not like we just killed this thing.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
So they find dead animals on the side of the roadkill, and then they take it to the extreme and turn it into a prank or hazing, or
They
I
said
don't
that
get
these
this type of
coyotes were
behavior.
shot, though. They shot them on purpose and did that.
Oh, so someone carries a gun and a knife.
Yeah,
Hmm.
pretty
Do you want
I
me to
gross.
don't
click
think
into
that's
the
a
article?
prank.
Sammy, do you want me to click into the article?
No,
or
that's just basically all that was. I just thought that was interesting that like this
Yeah.
doesn't seem so innocent and fun.
no?
This
I
sounds
would
more
agree.
like, someone said it sounds more like gang behavior. I would agree. Like some type of click
Yeah.
or
It's so weird. It's all weird, and I'm sorry, but it's like I feel like I went to a college very similar in nature to like the area of Moscow.
yeah.
None of this shit happened. We had a bunch of country dudes. We got people that were from the city, and the school that I went to was like 20,000. So it's not like a huge 15, 20,000, something like that, where the majority of the students were the population during the school year, right?
Mhm.
And I never heard of anything like this ever. And it's not like the Midwest is that different than Idaho. Like, can you say, I'm sure people will be like, oh, it's different, Bertie. But I'm like, but we have people come in from all over the place to play football, and we never saw any of that.
It's really weird. So the reason like I sent you these articles about like informants and provocateurs, that one article, but I wanted it, what got me started on this was these clips I sent you from Tucker Carlson. So this was when the light bulb went off in my head. If we want to play those first, because that's how we get into this. Is I listened to this interview with Tucker Carlson did with this woman who's been studying the Oklahoma City bombing for like 30 years or 25 years, however long it's been. And she and him had the most insane conversation, but what it started talking about was surveillance of the government, that all of these people involved were being surveilled like for the year prior. They actually had a special program surveilling these people. So they already had pre-planned knowledge that this was going to happen. And we're not sure if they let it happen or whatever, because everything got shoved under the rug, right? But also it had a lot to do with the Aryan Knights and the Aryan Nation, because that's where McVeigh and his supposed John Doe number 2, who was in the truck with him, that's where they came from, is this Aryan Nation. It's a compound. So these like 3 clips, because I couldn't, if I put them all in one, it would be too big of a file. So I broke it up in 3, but they all go one together.
Okay. So there's 3 videos?
I think so.
Okay. Because there was only one on your email.
No, I said 3.
Well, I can just look up this entire interview.
Oh yeah, it's could do that.
I'm convinced, Bertie, that part of Idaho is the
Margaret.
portal to hell.
Yes.
After
I
seeing
know
what
you say that all the time. I love that. It reminds me, if you're
Oh
a
my
Buffy
God.
fan, you remember in Buffy, Sunnydale was a portal to hell. I don't know if we have any Buffy fans in the house, but I never missed the WB. Okay, so it's towards the end. I'll tell you which part it's at. Okay. Why would the government be covering it up? So let's see.
I got it right here.
Yeah. But he said he gives also his it's more important like what he says, like what he thinks happened, but I'll see if it's ahead or behind. You can play it.
Okay.
Well, let's go back to another question of yours, which is
the investigator
what was going on?
What, Phoenix? What? Phoenix?
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, what'd you say?
Nothing. You were playing the video.
Oh.
I heard it too.
All right. No worries. I'm just going to play it.
Here. Why is the government covering this up? And I can just tell you that it appears, based on other revelations that have come to Jesse Trinidad, because he's been the engine of this investigation, this whole investigation, Jesse, that, there's there's evidence that the government had Timothy McVeigh under surveillance before this attack.
They're always under surveillance.
And
Why?
this evidence comes from an FBI whistleblower. There are a lot of Marines in this story, by the way, and there's a lot of Marines do or die in this story. Jesse being one, and John Matthews, who is this FBI whistleblower, being another. And that, brotherhood kind of clearly motivated Matthews to come forward to Jesse in 2011 in Salt Lake City and tell the story. It's an untold story because it's been suppressed first by the Justice Department bearing down on Newsweek magazine, which was going to publish this story of Matthews' work for the FBI in an undercover program called PATCON, short for Patriot Conspiracy, in the 1990s, covering before and after the Oklahoma City bombing, which was a sweeping infiltration program. Matthews was a Vietnam vet, went to Nicaragua with the
clip. Go to like 143.
I got to speed her up a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yes, it was an executive edit.
Right. If it was Tina Brown, I used to work for Tina Brown. I would be sad to hear that. That's pretty craven. I would not be surprised in the slightest, but I would be sad. I don't know that. But it sounds like somebody made that decision. So why would a news organization cave to the DOJ on something like that? I don't really understand.
Well, perhaps by threats. I mean, I didn't hear any.
Profanity comes immediately to mind. I mean, if I got a call from DOJ saying you can't say that.
In the first case, I did hear an explanation from Roger Charles, who worked on that story that was killed. And he said that the principals were calling. This is what, the network. And what was said was, if this story runs, it will be the end of the ATF and there will be machine guns on every corner. And that was enough for the executives in New York to say, we can't go there.
Right. So it's going to get in the way of gun control. So don't do it. There's a larger goal here, which is disarming the population. Okay, whatever you want. Right. No, I mean, we could do hours because you spent your life in the media as I have, and just the corruption of it is it's beyond belief. But everyone knows that. I guess what I would say is that by not covering stories like this, you allow new ones to occur. So this was 1995. Then you have 2001, 9/11. You have 2021, January 6th. Both, filled those stories. The stories we were presented on television are just not true, and the government involved in really sinister ways in both, and a lot of others. I mean, in between the Gretchen Whitmer assassination attack, were like everybody involved.
So basically, what this is showing, and what this made me think of, is like, they were on the ground. The FBI was on the freaking ground for a year, surveilling the Aryan Knights, surveilling these cartel characters, these Moscow characters, these intermediary drug people, which they flipped, turned into confidential informants, which helped make their case, which helped make the takedown in March of 2023 that year. So they act like this has nothing to do with why these 4 kids are killed. And I'm saying, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because this just was like, there's no way they're not involved. There's just no way that they didn't know what was happening.
Not when 2 of the parents, well, actually 3 of the parents, are involved in this whole ring of what's happening. We know it is, but going back to that clip you just shared, not everybody knows the media is lying to us. We see that on a daily basis with comments. It
scares me.
It does.
I believe too. Now. I thought it was an ignorance or a willful blindness, but now I feel like they exist to bury the truth. I don't even believe they're out here for anything but to
No.
bury truth.
And you want to know the sad part? I can wrap my head around big corporations being bought and paid for, right? I can wrap my head around talking heads being bought and paid for. What I can't wrap my head around is how you don't see it yet. I don't understand how you can sit there and go to work every day and not realize, wow, I'm out here busting my ass and my dollar gets me nothing. Oh, wow, it's this person's fault. It's that person's fault. It's what the news is telling me whose fault it is. It's X, Y, and Z. And you want to know what ends up happening? Nothing ever gets done. Nothing gets changed. Nothing gets fixed. Very few more people wake up unless there's channels like this or a handful of others. Let's be honest, there's a lot of others, but that they don't get pushed. They don't get the, millions and millions and millions of dollars behind it for advertising or whatever it is that they're going to also sell on their channel. And then you have people that come in here, and I just saw somebody that was in here that was like, I heard about Pro Burgers, but you guys are such a slap in the face of the victim's family. Well, whoever that was, thank God you didn't tune into some other streams. We've never disrespected the families, but your head would probably explode. It would explode. And I'm not even saying that you should leave. I'm just saying that that's a reality with not just the Idaho 4. You could go up to someone and talk about 9/11, and they would be like, what are you talking about? You go up to somebody, you could talk about the OKC bombing. What are you talking about? JFK assassination. What are they talking about? People don't want to believe something different because it makes them question their own reality, and it makes it uncomfortable, and they avoid the uncomfortable truth. Therefore, to what Tucker had said, he's like, by not calling out that story, it allows for a new story, and it's just a repetitive cycle.
When he said that, I went like this because if you listen to the full interview, they talk about the connections with the Aryan Nation and the FBI. So the FBI had, after Oklahoma, started this, let's call it like a black ops within the CIA called Patriot Conspiracy. They were going to infiltrate the Aryan Knights, Aryan nations, and white supremacist organizations after Oklahoma, kind of like they do with the khaki wearing bullshit people who pretend the feds who wear those khaki pants and like march around and say that they're like not feds, but they all come out of a truck. It's ridiculous.
See that.
But so they started this, and what ended up happening is that a lot of them went rogue, and then they lost track of a lot of them. And it's just like not good. And the other part is that they also had Waco and they had Ruby Ridge. So you would think that instead of answering and leaving these people alone, their solution was, let's not tell the government or Congress or the Senate that we're going to create our own side CIA op called Patriot Conspiracy, infiltrate these Aryan nations in all these places, and we're going to provoke them so we can start arresting more of them. And that's what they did. Some of them turned. Some of them got, arrests via entrapment so they could make a broader surveillance program, because that was the goal, right? Every time something like this happens, it's lose your civil liberties. Hello, big brother. That's always what happens.
Well, that's why they... Oh, go ahead, Bertie.
I was just going to say, you brought up Waco really quick. I have a request out. It's so weird you brought that up. I have a request out to David Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Right? To get him on the stream.
That'd be
to talk about. Yeah. So he doesn't do many interviews.
Yeah,
but I was able to get into contact with somebody who had his email. So I sent that email, a week ago. Haven't heard back, but that would be a crazy stream to talk to him about what was that like.
Yeah.
Cool.
What were you saying, Phoenix? Sorry about that.
Oh, I don't remember. It was one of those things. Oh, now they have this program that I've talked about for years, and I've also talked about OCD ETF. That they turn these informants, and then they obviously have more boots on the ground to go out and do their dirty work for them, while they sit back and cushy and and they take on the real heat. But I cannot see, and remember in the beginning when we started talking about theories, we kept saying, is Brian an informant? I can see him in that capacity, but I don't see him in the capacity of being with the FBI or an agency high up there, because of the fact he has been in the spotlight for 2.5 years, being belittled, being the creepy AF. being the killer and all these other things thrown at him, I don't see him being able to mentally handle that with his autism. And I don't think they pick the right fall guy. I just don't.
I think they killed the first fall guy.
Yeah.
In the SWAT raid. I think that's what Brent Kobacka was.
Well,
yeah, but
and go for it, Phoenix. Sorry.
There is a group of ex-military guys that obviously were in Afghanistan that were specially trained to do these types of jobs, because once they leave, they don't have any work, and this is the work they're comfortable with. So I believe in that retrospect, perhaps he was the fall guy.
Yeah. And I have not heard that, Brandon, but that's crazy. That would for sure be a question that I would ask David. I'm starting to wonder, Phoenix, because we've said parallel investigation now in the Idaho 4 case for so long. I'm trying to think. There was the plainclothed police officer that was surveilling around and driving around suspect vehicle 1, the time delta. We've discussed that now at lengths for about a week. But I still can't get over that patrol that plainclothed officer was doing was such a small loop. It was tiny. And
it was specific.
And where I'm going with this is, like, while yes, there's college towns there, or sorry, college housing there, there's also, as you heard from the investigators, that there's other people that go to work every day that live amongst them as well. So I started thinking, were they really, they've lied to us about a lot of other stuff, like the statements that the roommates have made, obviously the timestamps. Were they really plainclothed police officers looking for open intoxicants? Right? I say that because that's a very convenient thing. While yes, they're plainclothed officers, I'm wondering, were they looking for the person who was out creeping around in that neighborhood that there was a lot of reports on, that you see in
you're giving them more of a benefit of a doubt than I am. I thought in my head that they were surveilling, like when you go into that other article I sent you, the second one, it gives you, it's all about the surveillance. It's called Idaho 4 American Stasi. And this blogger goes shot by shot from the grub truck to the surveillance to how they were watching them the entire time. And so when you go, it's called the American Stasi Idaho 4. This blogger, I don't know who this person is. I don't know how I just stumbled upon this. Oh, I know how. I was running around 4chan looking up things for this week, and I clicked on it and I was like, this is interesting. And
so I did a live earlier today, and I was looking at Bethany Funk's statement to the police, and something really caught me wondering what she was talking about. She was saying something about Kaylee was looking at the sex offender registry in the area, and there was a couple of people, or one person that was in the area. So I did it live today, and there's an individual that lives on Walenta Drive right around the corner where they were surveillancing. And if you thought about maybe they were looking for this lurker, what better position to be in right around the backside of the house on Walenta Drive? And they were going that route all the way through that back neighborhood where this individual lives. So was there any connection? I don't know, but it was weird as F watching that play out. So were they, Bertie, in fact, looking for somebody in the area? And how bad would it have been for the police department for it to happen on their watch?
Sorry, Phoenix. That's the website, Bertie. But the one where the surveillance one, I got to get to that article because that just takes you to the main thing. Give me 1 second. MilesWeymouth.com. I don't know who Miles Weymouth is, by the way. More on this surveillance. Spook reports the dog. Shit. And I sent you all those screenshots because that's what that was. Shoot.
I mean,
I sent you. I'll just, you know what? Talk with Phoenix. I'll email you all the screenshots.
Okay. Phoenix, to answer your question about
Yeah.
where I was going with the plainclothes police officers is I'm not trying to necessarily give them more of a benefit of doubt or less of a benefit of a doubt. I'm trying to think through like what a very innocent thing to say you were patrolling for, right? That's very
Yeah.
believable. It's palatable. We were looking for open intoxicants. And what's very odd is with how much activity was going on that we've heard on the cameras, assuming that they're not manipulated. And I'm telling you, after tomorrow night, like, I'm not trying to be dramatic and say like people are going to be put on notice because I don't even know how I would do that. But I'm saying when you listen to that call, it's going to make you question every other audio on every other camera you've ever heard in this case. It's unbelievable.
Interesting.
I actually figured out what that noise is where I'm like, what language is that? Remember how I said
You
that? I said
did.
I'd give $100
Yeah.
to that. Okay. You can, it's English. It's English.
Speed it up.
They sped it up a ton. I had to take it down to
Well-
like 60 dB, whatever decibel, or I don't even know what it is, or beats, BPM, whatever it is on this audio thing. And it's crazy because somebody actually figured out what it meant in Portuguese and it said not moral. So I'm like, okay, that's what made me actually start diving into all this again. And so I was like, dude, it's crazy, Phoenix. So regardless,
listen to this.
that's
Listen to
tomorrow.
this. So you know how we see on Linda Lane, maybe somebody gets out of the car that parks and maybe looks like they have a dog, right?
Yeah.
I
In the
went back
morning.
to, yeah, in the morning. I went back to 6:35 on my notes, 6:35:10. And on the dumpster camera, you see them coming down Taylor from east to west. You see them coming down and they speed up the Linda Lane footage so you don't see whose vehicle that
Yes.
is.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I
I
noticed
slowed
that.
it down and you can see.
Yep. Absolutely. And okay. My third attempt at finishing it without letting my scatterbrain ramble on about something else and not the plainclothes police officers is while we heard a lot of noise on the cameras, none of it was college like Saturday night party noises. Yet every
Right.
other body cam that was released was loud music, kids walking everywhere, clear parties going on, day or night.
Mhm.
And it didn't seem like that. It seemed like everybody was tucked away. Now you could say it was the end of the semester. People were home for Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's a valid argument for sure. But I feel like end of semester, people usually stay and they party. And it's not like Thanksgiving is that close to November 12th and 13th that weekend. Right.
Yeah,
but
they
there
stay
was
the weekend and then they leave.
right. And there was frat and sorority activities that were planned throughout that weekend as well. Now, what I was talking about with the prowler is like I could see a local plainclothes undercover car keeping an eye out where there's been reports of a creepy dude looking at everybody. But then I started thinking about the camera that like you know how they just released the extra footage of Idaho Statesman?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That camera footage. Do you remember the part in the police reports where they talked about how somebody was remote viewing it and then they actually had to go put it back because they had to get into contact with the server to get the footage and then they put 14,000 things together? Okay.
Yes.
I think that part's bullshit. I think that part is complete bullshit. I'm not even talking about the manipulated film. I'm not talking about the piecing together the 14,000 things. And I'm not talking about Ann Taylor saying the audio is messed up. I think Ann Taylor asked about it in a way that was similar to the 7 minutes and the 26 seconds that's missing, where she says, don't think that 7 minutes matters. I think she was pointing that out for a reason too. The reason why is when they removed that camera, what I believe what they were doing was they were viewing to see what a white car or what something looked like, what did it sound like on there. They went, they put it back. Okay. They went and they put it back.
Oh, I
They
see what you're
filmed
saying.
it, and then they dubbed it in over for whatever timeline they needed.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I can agree with that.
That's
because
so
the server was effed. They had to go to, I forget the name of the network company that they had to go to, but they
Yep.
and it's all pieced together. And I think Ann Taylor called that out. Like, you pieced 14,000 images together. Hang on, and there's no audio. Wait, but how would that be? And then you find out, oh, they took it, they kept it. They made the excuse that this girl wouldn't come back. I'm sorry. What person would just tell the local police, no, I can't mail it back. I can't overnight it. I can't do anything, when there was just 4 kids brutally murdered as your neighbors, and the cops and the FBI and the entire world news is talking about this, and you have footage with a killer on it. You say, no, I'm home for break. I won't be back for.
No, they confiscated it. They confiscated
but they couldn't
the
access
camera.
it, remember?
Yeah, they
That
couldn't
girl that
access it
that's
because
what I
they
meant.
needed her router. They
Right.
needed her net, her box, her router.
Who
Just
wouldn't
like
come back for that?
Snapchat. Whoops, we couldn't access it.
Who would not come back for that? There's an ongoing investigation and a murder on the loose, and you won't drive back from, what was it, Boise? I don't, come on. So, wouldn't the cops send somebody out there to get it then? You can't tell me that a detective would go get that then.
That whole story I found so strange.
Bizarre. And that is the actual house of the same girl that said somebody had broken into her car and stole her things out of her suitcase, her underwear, and some other personal things out of the car.
And they moved it around. Like, her underwear was in her glove box.
Yeah. Yeah, that's freaky.
Brian Koberger sniffing panties, doing the slow stroke on the cinder block.
You know what, too, with that car, if it's also if it's not for alcohol offenses and you just say it is, it's also in that small area. You see these plainclothes police officers periodically stopping people. What does that do? That tells kids, text their friends, hey, cops over here. So they're not going to go around that way. That's why it might have been so quiet, because if you're drunk and you don't want to get busted and you're underage or whatever, you're on drugs, you won't go that way. So if they're patrolling a small area and a few kids get busted, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to tell their friends, don't go down street. They're patrolling street. So
yeah, they
do you know
knew
what I'm
their
saying?
routines. Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
We've all been young where, like, oh shit, there's a checkpoint. Text your drunk friend behind you. Don't go down Seneca Street. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I want to know what Saeed was showing Rosendahl on his phone at the band field. I want to know.
Somebody sent me some crazy shit of what it was, or like alleging what they thought it was in a recreation. Okay, here's your article, Sammy.
Yeah, you can read it because I can't see very well.
Okay, so
and I don't want to put on glasses in front of the audience.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Mrs. Birdie actually got me these blue light reflective glasses, but I don't like them because if I wear a hat, they pop up too high. It kind of hurts. Anyways, all right. So this is a page from that article that Sammy was talking about where the blogger was following people that were surveilling them all night from the grub truck on. And it says, most likely, I would assume that given it is a locus of activity, today's American Stasi would keep at least one operative present at the food truck, just monitoring it for anything of interest going on, regardless of whether a target was present or not. Meanwhile, control would look for a fresh team to deliver to the site ahead of the girls and message them to make their food and message them to make their way to the food truck so they would be there fresh and ready when the girls arrived. There is no way for the girls to think they are being followed if their surveillance is already there waiting. When they arrive and they walk into it, it's basic surveillance technique. You may have read the descriptions of what happened below. Look at the still shots from the video and then go back and look at the video to see things in real time. Seeing the close physical surveillance in real time, the way people are looking at the girls without looking at them, the way they look to shield their faces when the girls draw near, the way they surround the girls and hold a conversation over them so they can observe them without twisting their neck to deviate from their natural sightline is crucial to your training. This type of surveillance activity is rife throughout American society. Now, to the videotape, beginning at 9:25, you will notice this individual, which also shout out to whoever told me to change my cursor color. Hopefully that's easy for you guys to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Now to the videotape, beginning at 9:25, you'll notice this individual who we will call Tank Top. While engaging in intermittent conversation, suddenly reached in his pocket, denoted by the red arrow. He will extract a cell phone and look at it intently. This is the only page that came through, by the way, Sammy.
Oh no way. I sent
Yeah.
you the whole thing.
Nothing that you've said as far as like how you've sent multiple, like I don't know what's happening, but only like 3 attachments have come through. I'm going
What the
to
heck?
I'll look it up.
It's called, well, that's the website that I sent you
What's
before.
the title?
Someone, okay, let me get sorry. It's called mileswmathis.com. And the article, the one I sent you isn't the right one, but there's the surveillance one, that one, and it goes down the whole thing, but I don't know how to get to that one from there.
It's
So that's why I was Miles, MILESW.
Is it this one?
That's the website, but the article itself is somewhere within this website. So that's why I'm trying to find it.
And it's called Surveillance.
But speaking of the grub
It's
truck,
really good though when you go down this.
when you look at the grub truck on Twitch and you look at the highest viewing time, their highest viewing time, and I did a video on this a while back, it was like 3:30 in the morning was the highest time that morning. And it's just so odd that at 3:30 Linda Lane goes dark and they've edited so much.
Is it odd though, Phoenix, or is it like exactly what you'd expect?
Controlled narrative.
Right.
Mama Tata says she sent you a super chat, and look at your email. It's urgent.
1 second. Let me get this back on screen.
Sammy, that's a good find.
I know. I want to give him the rest of them. It's just I'm having.
Why can't it? It seems like this is really difficult for you to find the name of the article and just tell me.
I know.
To look
That's
it up.
why I keep looking. I'm like, where did I get the article from?
Okay, Mama Tata.
I know I got it from there.
Sent an urgent high mind find on email tonight. Watch that. It's not something seen online yet. My jaw was on the floor. Okay. Well.
Oh, Sammy, are we related? Because their voices are similar and they favor, in my humble opinion, both pretty ladies. I'm just an old woman. Where'd she go?
Get old too. I'm gonna get old too someday.
Mama Tata, I don't know. I have 1,600 emails right now, and I don't know what the title or subject of it is. So if you could,
it's someone on the body cam that's signaling right before the house. It's in the back. Oh yeah, I saw that one. That's crazy.
Yes, but what
It's
is
on-
what? No. I'm asking in my inbox. What do I need to look for to know which one it is?
Did she table it body cam, or when the officer turns towards 1122, you can see it in the background? I dated an ex-con too. The wildest, most toxic 3 months of my life. Oh, chat's going wild.
I'm gonna figure out where this article is because those pictures aren't working.
Sammy,
Phoenix is more matrony than her photo appears.
I can't wait till Phoenix. We get an invite to the wedding in Idaho, Phoenix.
I already got married in Idaho.
What cell block are you going to have me at?
I got married in Sun Valley in
I won't need to give you I
1st.
won't need to give you handcuffs for your honeymoon then, I assume.
I already got married in the snow.
Oh, you're married? I
that's
didn't even
funny.
know that.
Yes,
No, Sammy's
I am.
nothing's coming through even in that email.
I got married in
This is
2000.
okay. I'm gonna write the ship here.
25.
Okay, this is why I prepare all the slides and everything, and that's why I ask people to
In
email me
advance.
them leading up to it, because I don't like to have the screen just set there and we're not like kind of flowing into the stuff. So it's not meant to say that people who have really important stuff doesn't matter. It does matter. It's just, I have to prepare the slides like every day.
I tried to. I sent him with you. I sent him to your phone, but then you don't like that. So I tried the other way
on the computer, the PC, like that.
Right.
So
I titled it urgent, but I pinned it to my TikTok, Mama says.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a bad boy. He rode a motorcycle when I met him.
Oh, fun. I'm actually afraid to ride a motorcycle. I've never done it.
Oh.
All right.
Oscar PD, all three of you. You too. How old are you guys? Let's walk back over here, okay?
Got it.
You were free to go.
Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good night.
You too, take care.
Okay, that last one. So I wonder if Mama Tata is behind in the stream because I just saw her. Yeah, she just resent it. Okay, so that last one right there, though,
That last clip was when Brian Enton
yeah,
and his producer were signaling.
right.
Wow.
I don't know if that was just meant for a visual, but they were trying to show how close it was.
Close it was, yeah.
Rather, and I mean, I will.
That's wild. I got the article. I found it in that mess and I sent it to you. That's crazy how close it is. Like in night, because I remember seeing it
It's
like
the
a
same article.
No, go down. It's not.
Well, I had this pulled up before then.
Yeah,
oh, it's not. This is just the same intro.
Yep,
Oh.
same intro. I got the whole thing now.
All right, good.
Yee.
Okay. All right. Let me zoom in here. How is that? Okay,
Yeah, that's
hopefully that's
good.
fine. All right.
So we got past that. You go to scroll down.
Okay. He will then rapidly snap his head back and look to his left as he puts the phone away. And you can see right here.
Who's that guy?
They're
Tank
calling him
top guy.
tank top guy.
No,
Yep.
they're pointing it to the arrow to who?
Oh, I think he's just looking that way.
He's
'Cause it's-
looking out for somebody.
In the scenario of surveillance, this could be consistent with he would be the regular posted surveillance assigned to the food truck area to spy on everyone that night. One guy just hanging out, watching a bunch of people, looking and listening for anything interesting to report to his superiors. He received a text which told him 2 priority targets were on their way and control was moving him out to move 4 fresh, more capable surveillance personnel into the area for this monitoring operation. He says goodbye in a rush and he speed walks in the opposite direction of the way he just looked. If surveillance, he seems less skilled at hiding his agitation. I would think a highly experienced member of surveillance would have left more calmly. It may be why he was moved out and other operators were brought in. The first 2 people who look like his replacements, and they might not be surveillance, but they have the appearance you will see if you encounter surveillance, will arrive from the top of the screen as seen below. We will call him hippie boy and girl. You can make out tank top on the left has turned and is about to peel out of there, just as hippie boy and girl arrived to take the scene. When tank top's head snapped after reading the text, he was looking at these 2 approaching. That's pretty interesting.
Who are those 2 approaching? Do we need to go back and watch the video?
No, don't worry.
They have pictures of all of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Hayden.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to read this entire?
No, you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
You just go we'll periodically read one if it's like
Okay.
important.
So now they're pointing to this guy. They're pointing to
So-
Joe.
So hippie boy and the girl do not seem to greet big boy. It's as if his arrival was expected, but he just joins them. Hippie boy looks up at his phone, points to the direction the targets will come, which would be consistent with saying to others they will come from there. So, okay, you can keep going.
Now remember those two guys right there in the jerseys, 9 and 8. One of them is Cole Beringberger, whatever. His
Mhm.
DNA was found under Maddie's nails, but I think it was because they did the touch, right? Trace touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you saying like for the DNA stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no? Right? What is that? What you mean?
Yeah, his DNA was under her fingernails, but it was more for touch. It was
Yeah.
a low percentage, but he was suspect number 1, but they ruled him out.
Mm-hmm.
Hippie boy dives back into his phone, and big boy turns and notices there is, I can't read.
It says notices there is a food truck and eating food would make an excellent cover. Jesus. That's funny. 12:33 and they're now ordering food, doing so before the possible targets and future murder victims arrive. They order. Hippie boy meets a girl he knows. At 11:11, the targets arrive. Hippie boy just happened to break from his social group about 7 seconds prior to turn around and look behind him to be looking casually right at them the instant
Approaching.
they round the corner. Yeah. I don't know why. I feel like this person has commas inserted where they shouldn't be. So it's making me pause in my mind for my grammar. I could be wrong, but instantly after looking at them, hippie boy spins around and waves his arm, making a big scene about how he was engaged in interaction with the girl he was talking to a minute ago, saying goodbye.
See how he
So,
keeps subtly looking at them?
yes. I mean, they're
Yeah,
Crazy,
looks like he
right?
is watching them. Yeah, he is.
We definitely felt like when we do you remember Sammy and Phoenix when we would break it down with like Mike Wimmer back in the day? It was very like street theater. This just felt like street theater between this group of people, like over exaggeration.
We played that one TikTok of mine where I said it looks like they're
Yep.
encircling them in like a triangle. Like at one point, all the ops were, then they all knowingly give each other looks, laugh, nod. One goes like this, and they talk about this. You can keep going on. But I
Yeah.
didn't realize it was going on for a lot longer.
But how would they even know that they were going to go to the food truck?
Because
Did
they
they
had
have
somebody
people-
that kid that was with them
Oh,
is
Jack
also in
Showalter.
on this, is what
Yeah,
they're saying.
Okay.
As the target girl walks over, she passes hippie boy and girl who both noticeably try to shield their faces from her. Something surveillance will reflexively try to do to preserve their ability to not be recognized so they can surveil a target again in the future. See, this is like I'm not saying that I won't continue to read this because I'm interested in it. Where my brain is at right now is like, see, this is where it goes from okay, it's a cover up of something that was going on with a few people to like now it's like everybody's involved. And that's like hard for me to wrap my head around that this many people would stay quiet or not talk about it.
You have to eliminate which ones are the frats here.
And who's getting paid? That's the other thing.
And how many people work at the University of Idaho?
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing. I'm obviously you guys know I can think through.
I just think it's interesting. I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm saying that this person put a lot of work into this, and I'm like, this is something.
And mind you, remember, dispelling the rumors, Moscow Police Department said this had nothing to do with the unalivings.
It just seems.
I said that sarcastically.
Yeah, no, I know. It just seems if this is surveillance, I would never be able to recognize surveillance in my life ever.
I know. I thought the same thing, but apparently this person did. Their whole blog is about surveillance.
I wonder what they know. There's Enon.
I mean, the screen grabs are interesting.
This
like,
is
when they
this is
take 'em.
interesting too. The way he says this phone, the way he placed his phone, like he has his camera lens out and the way he's holding it, and then he compared it to a person who actually does surveillance and showed how that person holds their phone, and it's like the exact same.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Casually, and he's looking at them.
Whoever put this together put so much effort and time into this that it's like I feel like you have to read the whole thing, you know? Like they went deep on this.
They went so deep.
Who was this that did that?
I don't know the person. I just found it on 4chan.
Oh, got it. This must have been back in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
There we get hoodie guy.
I think we can all agree.
Oh, I didn't know he was in the background on that side.
I think we could all agree that the grub truck behavior was there was stuff
Very
that would
weird.
catch your eye for sure. Hoodie guy.
If you want to just scroll down to see what they say when they wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see these screenshots though as we
Mm-hmm.
kind of
No, I know. I'm just saying you can go as fast or as slow as you want.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That might be the clearest
That's
picture
the
of the
note.
note I've ever seen though.
And that was also in the inventory on the reports.
It was. There was a note.
Mhm.
Wow. I've never actually
Mhm.
seen I've never visibly seen the note
Yeah,
before.
the note. It was passed.
Now, all these people who seemingly don't know each other suddenly all start interacting eye-wise, head-wise. It's very strange.
You know how I made the connection with most of these people is through Venmo. They all send each other money and they say they don't know one another. But
Right,
I
like, you
wouldn't send
wouldn't-
money to somebody I don't know.
Like, see here, you don't think tank top guy knows that guy, and then all of a sudden, look at this.
They know each other.
And then you don't think tank top guy knows that guy, knows that guy, knows that guy, and look at this.
They're all connected.
And they're in the middle.
Okay, that's weird.
In the highest stream that night at the grub truck was at 3:30 a.m. and they were closed.
Right at the camera.
Mm-hmm. They had
But
to
they
know
do-
there was a camera there.
Well, yeah, they have a giant sign that warns everybody when they walk up that they're being streamed on Twitch. Additionally, in one clip from the food truck available below, Kaylee can be seen absent-mindedly turning until she sees Hoodie, at which point she violently recoils and turns away. They were not friends. She did not want to deal with him.
And then keep
Oh.
reading.
And then she yells, F you,
Is it-
to the hoodie
is-
guy.
Is that right when the middle finger happens then? So, also suspicious is that at the food truck, in the presence of a camera, he stayed back and his immediate response was to turn his back to the camera and twist his ball cap forward and pull his hood up to make himself less identifiable. Although a police spokesperson said they had investigated and cleared him, in the world of American Stasi, where ATF can be moved like a chess piece to tie up the brother of a woman it wants to murder, they may not mean anything at all with respect to what really happened. Many individuals who have gone to the police to report their interactions with the American Stasi report that local police are unable to do anything to curtail the Stasi's harassment. In my own experience, officers evince a clear empathy and sheepishness, as well as some fear as they feign ignorance and confusion.
It also, I was just thinking of this. Like, just how they didn't say that they lied to us, the public, about the Oregon Elantra and said, oh, we investigated everything. And then we get the documents and it turns out they didn't do jack shit with the Oregon Elantra. They didn't go see the car. They didn't fingerprint the car. They didn't do anything. They didn't even call the police department in Oregon, who had no idea that they were even looking for it until Ann Taylor asked about it. And then they had to make a document saying, whoops, we didn't follow up on anything, but here's what the police had to say at the time about it in Oregon. So just like the way they say, oh, we investigated this person and we cleared them, did we?
Right.
Like, you know, that car was
what I mean?
allegedly,
Like,
that
how
car
do
was
we
allegedly
know?
registered to Jesse James Bailey and his wife Candace, the ex prison guard.
I've heard that.
It's in the documents.
Right. And I've heard that it's kind of like, how is it phrased? Like you're washing your hands of the nefarious activity that's done in that car by if the plates are registered to somebody else. Like the plates could be registered to somebody else or stolen plates. But so
somebody could borrow it. Yeah.
That was interesting. It makes me want to go back and look at the grub truck footage. I do have a tinfoil hat conspiracy of the day that is, does anybody know what this is?
A cocoon?
Does it? I will be
A
shocked.
meteor?
Actually, well, it's definitely something in space, which might be fake, but we never know.
Ice. Black ice.
A spaceship.
It blew my mind when I
Cocoon.
was researching this.
A big piece of dog shit.
That's what I was gonna say. Someone threw up.
Yeah, Tessa said fake NASA pic.
That's a good one.
And real quick, just to address this, Melissa, yes, that is odd where you hear Xana yelled. I think it might be worth revisiting that the grub truck now that the documents are out, and who knows what we might pick out. So thank you for the super chat.
I want to know how they cleared these people, because if they cleared them the same way they cleared the Elantra, then I'm not convinced.
No. So, all right. Tinfoil hat conspiracy of the day. They're calling this an ancient spy in the sky. Now, while this is obviously not a real picture of it, okay, it's not a random chunk of space junk. Many believe the Black Knight is what it's actually known as, has been orbiting Earth for 13,000 years, predating every known civilization and quietly monitoring us. Okay? This is an anomaly.
Brady. How did they know that?
Hey, thank you. That's what I've been saying this whole time. How does anybody know it? But it is an anomaly. It travels in a polar orbit, something our modern satellites didn't achieve until the 60s. That means whoever or whatever put it there had advanced tech thousands of years before us. This is where it gets trippy.
Okay.
Then in the 1950s, multiple ham radio operators reported receiving strange signals from the Black Knight when it was overhead. The patterns allegedly matched star maps, not from today's sky, but from ancient times. Now, NASA claims it's just a thermal blanket that was lost during a mission.
Oh, so they have. So NASA has said that this is something, but what the something there is, they're claiming
They said that it's a literal. Yeah, NASA's saying it's a blanket from one of their missions, like a literal blanket that just flew away.
Theirs.
Well,
Yes.
if this is true, then doesn't that make more sense? Because I always would look at ancient maps or even from the 1500s, and I'd be like, how the fuck do they know this?
No,
Like,
yeah.
it literally looks like they had a drone overhead and traced a picture of what they're seeing from above. And then, of course, the maps change. Like, they take countries off, or what's it called? the Arctic no longer looks like Antarctica, no longer looks like the way it does on all the maps for the previous centuries. All of a sudden it changes, goes from green to ice to together in the middle. So like it always looked to me like somebody had to look from above to see below the shape. So that would be interesting.
So we can get pictures like this, which are amazing, but we can't get the right footage on 1112
or capture Bigfoot or anything. Still can't make a call from a commercial airliner today. And I agree. It's insane.
Tell that to the people on 9/11 planes. They all made phone calls.
Crystal clear voicemails and introduced themselves to their mother's first and last name. I don't know if I've ever called my mom and said, "Hey mom, it's, first and last name." It's weird. So does anybody, okay, now I have to talk about this. What do you think the biggest lies are in elementary school that we were taught, that whether we know the truth or not, something instinctively, now after knowing what you know now about the system, seems fake? And I'll start with my two. Okay, one of them is maybe both will get some hate. Pangea, where all the continents slowly drifted apart. I don't buy it, especially because you think about an ice wall and all that shit. Dinosaurs. Has anybody heard that dinosaurs are fake? Because if you haven't, you need to go look into it. And I wouldn't just say this. You guys want a good rabbit hole to go down. Go look up how many real dinosaur bones are in a museum versus how much of these dinosaur bones are reconstructed. It's going to blow your mind how little of dinosaur bones we have. And the whole fossil fuels. Are we really out here believing that fossils are turning into oil pits and that we're draining that? Or is oil really just the blood of the earth? And it's an unlimited supply. And they have to have a shortage of oil so that they can jack the prices up. Not like it's just going to continue to produce itself. So
I'd agree. I think evolution is fake because I sure don't see men turning in from monkeys to men.
No.
When did that stop?
Exactly. Unless they started injecting us all when we were born to mess our DNA up and stop the evolution. Who knows? I mean, I could go and you want to here. This is necessary.
Before time.
Please retrieve your nearest tinfoil hat. Place hat firmly on your head.
So
I'm with Phoenix. The thing that bothered me the most is in the chapter book is when we went from hunters and gatherers, and it's like the next chapter were people. Like, wait a minute. So we missed some steps here. How did we go from hunters and gatherers and here's the Parthenon? Like, what? Huh?
Planet of the
Wait a minute. I am confused.
If you guys want to
literally they have them running around in wigwams and fucking shoeless and like sticks in their hands, and then next thing you know it's like here's a skyscraper and some columns. I'm like, something's wrong.
If you guys want a
mud
crazy
flood,
one, look up the mud flood. And you look at a lot of these pictures.
Oh, I'm into that.
Oh my God. You look at like how many buildings are built on top of buildings and how called a cataclysmic event. But there's so many instances of this. I mean, you see it.
We see it now.
Yeah. And I just don't believe that all this architecture was built by horse and buggy. And that's why I believe that like the Wild West, while yes, aspects of the Wild West are true, I believe that that's a giant propaganda push to show how settlers just showed up with horses and buggies and built these buildings out of like wood, and the saloon doors, like those probably existed. But I think it's a big push to say, see, look, in Western times, we were still using horse and buggies, but yet there's giant buildings like this that we can't recreate still around that time.
I think we just repopulated. Like we were there, these buildings existed and we dug out, we cleaned them out.
Look up the orphan trains, and you guys want to even go deeper, look up like where did the term Cabbage Patch Kids come from? Like They were not growing kids in cabbage fields, but they were, dude, it's just
that's where that's where you get the incubator babies at the World's Fairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which, by the way, They're in Buffalo, the World's Fair in 1901 in Buffalo. This is like, I have so many pictures of this. It's insane. I bought like books of it and things. Our downtown looked like Rome. It was crazy. They literally, and they built it in like, by the way, Buffalo is one of the coldest cities. So take 7 months, 6 months out of the year, fuck construction. You're not doing anything because it's frozen. Everything's frozen. So you really only have 4 months, maybe max, good time for construction. And they somehow in 2 years made so dozens of buildings, bridges. They dug out a canal that was miles long that went around the whole goddamn thing. They had a building that lit up like a Christmas tree when electricity was new, and they had a waterfall coming out of the front of it.
Oh, yeah.
Noelle
Yeah,
said
that diesel
JLR
sound.
JLR
That-
being chased off.
That diesel sound is actually that vehicle pulling up that we think somebody gets out with the dog.
Yeah.
And it's heard also on the other dumpster cam.
Oh, well, like the power stroke. I don't know. It's just such a
It's the
distinct sound.
exhaust.
Or
I
they
like when
dubbed it
people in
over.
the Hive make me laugh.
They did.
Or they've dubbed it over.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Could be.
Okay, hang on. So I'm trying to also just, I wanted to see if I can give a little sneak peek to tomorrow here.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then, so let's see.
Okay, let me go on mute.
This is exciting.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to put mine on mute too. So, Sammy, hang on, just because I want it to be.
Yeah, put mine on
clear.
mute.
Okay.
11.
Okay. So, let me go to 120 and apply this. So, it's just changing the tempo back up because I was trying to hear the beginning part. I'm not going to, not that I'm trying to like gatekeep on it. It's just, I don't want to go into a 3-hour stream. I just want to show you guys a couple of things with how different this sounds. And what I did is I put 2 more layers onto that enhanced audio. One actually being like a bass boost. So, and then when you get it in here with that filter on, it allows a lot of other stuff to go, like to clear it up rather.
What program are you using, Bertie?
It's called soundtrap.com. It's free.
Okay.
How did you know to do that to the bass? Like when you put that, because I know you fuck with this. So like what made you think I need to boost this up or less or put this down?
Laying on my couch bored before bed. Just clicking through every filter like, oh shit, I heard something.
Yeah, I thought I was
my
going to get some like Marconi explanation, but apparently fuck around and find out is just fine.
Hey, Sammy, it's so odd that you said that name. I used to work for the Marconis.
Really?
Yes.
Do you know people get it wrong all the time? They think that Marconi invented the radio. Actually, Tesla invented the radio. In World War I, soldiers were using it with wires. Marconi invented the antenna that made radio waves possible. A little fact for y'all.
I worked for them, and they were in Boston and New Hampshire, actually. They were amazing people.
That's crazy.
I didn't have to go fix my hair and put my lipstick back on. My camera was just off because Birdie took it off. Well, we were listening to the audio.
All right, I'm playing this damn 911 audio, ladies.
Shut up,
Come on.
Chet.
All right, 1 second.
Be nice to
42,
Sammy.
2nd, November 13, 2022. Paranormal location of your emergency. 11:55 a.m. 42, 2nd, November 13, 2022. Paranormal location of
So now you're going to hear where are they?
2022. Paranormal location. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022.
Okay. Now, and you got to understand because it's like, where are they? And then you can hear the very clear one, the no, Steve, no. And then shit. Okay. So,
paranormal location of your emergency.
So that's where are the kids. Now I have to get to this, the one that I was using before. No, damn it.
Did you pick up that they were shooting us up?
Yeah, and I have picked it up, and like I said, I have these time stamped. I wanted to quick pull it up now because I have the other ones clipped, but I wanted to just show you guys a couple of things that's like, holy hell. Okay. What did I have? What did I have? Where are the kids? Now listen to this one back here. That's Steve.
Did you?
Where are they?
I don't know location of emergency.
No, and I can't turn on transcript on audio that's been distorted. Otherwise, I would. And it'd be very nice to be able to see what it would say. He's asking again, where are they? Now I'm going to try to get it a little bit clearer. Okay.
Birdie, did you get where she said, what's your phone number? And she says 437. I think that's the area code.
No, it's 437. It's 4371 East, and it is the Fairmont Inn. And they changed the address at the bottom to 1000 West Pullman Drive. And when you click the coordinates, and I believe that they did that because of this call. That Fairfield Inn and Suites, I believe that they did that because they have to keep the coordinates the same so that when people are trying to find it, they click view map. They're not going to scroll a bit at the bottom.
They're not going to scroll. Yeah. Is he saying try that again?
I'm trying to hear it. I can't hear. What'd you say?
Try that again.
I'm not sure, but there's like one part. Sorry,
play
Sammy,
that
go
one.
ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say play that one over real quick because I almost got what they said. I'm with Phoenix on that. I almost got that.
Yeah. Okay.
We had time. Something about time.
I can't hear it when you're saying that, Sammy. It's super. I have it really loud. So what is it about time?
Something about time. It's like I heard something time. Did anybody else hear time? We have time. We have time. Yes. Yes.
Like I said, I'm going to use the filter tomorrow, but I'm just showing you guys some stuff. And I believe what they said is we got Kaylee covered up. We got Kaylee covered. We got Kaylee's. I believe what you're going to hear is we got Kaylee's body covered up. Okay. Listen. So that's what I heard.
We have time to cover it up.
No, we have. You can hear Kaylee very clearly. It's
Yeah,
we have
I hear
Kaylee
Kaylee.
covered up.
I'm gonna have to go through this all tonight. You have to send this to me.
Oh, I cut out for a second. All right, so that's one of them. Now I want to keep going on this. So what I'm trying to say is, where are they? Where are the kids? And then you can't hear what they say, but then it's like, okay. And then he goes, we got Kaylee's body covered up. And then that's where they go, no, Steve, no. Like, don't walk in and see it. And that's where he goes, shit, is my guess. So I'm trying to piece together, like, what would a conversation sound like with all these little pieces? Okay. This is going to blow your mind. Now I got to get it.
I heard Christ.
Let me.
Oh Christ, they're coming. Oh Christ, they're tearing up the place.
Yep, that's what they said.
You guys are gonna
Tearing
be
up
shocked.
her face or her place?
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do this tomorrow, and I just wanted to have some of the like the areas that we're gonna play. So if you guys could guess and figure it out, like what it's saying. I have a much clearer audio filter.
Yeah, Nick, I agree with you. Something with the face or Christ tearing up the place or tearing up the face. I'm with him.
All right. I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you all
Bertie.
for tuning into the Hive. Well, what?
You dog.
You know what
I
I'm
don't-
doing? Is immediately after the stream, I'm going on TikTok. I'm slowing down all of that with that slow speed. You can alter your speed on TikTok for videos. I'm going to slow that shit down and I'll be messaging you. So let Mrs. Birdie know that I'm
No,
gonna,
I
like,
can't
listen to what
sleep.
I found.
No, I can't sleep. Dang it.
Okay. Like I said, that was just supposed to be a little teaser for
Hey,
tomorrow.
Phoenix, you know, if you can't sleep, what might be open? The Idaho jail.
The jail.
Little nighttime delight, afternoon and flight.
Yes.
Funny.
All right. Well, I hope everybody has a great night. I will be back
Thanks,
on tomorrow
Bertie.
evening at 7 p.m. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Phoenix. Cheers,
I
everybody.
love you guys.
See
Love
ya.
you guys. Take care.
Bye.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life.